Senior Somali military officers on a tour of the UAE base in Mogadishu. They say they're implementing a government order to disband an EMIRATI military training program.
We have taken over everything in this base. From now on, the government will fund the training, pay and equip the soldiers trained here.
Hours earlier, UAE military trainers hurriedly left the base with almost everything they could, moving military hardware and other material to the port to be shipped back home. That follows the UAE suspending treatment a few days ago at the Sheikh Zayed hospital, which it funded and operated in Mogadishu. A sign at the gate reminds patients that the hospital remains closed. Security is tight. Staff were called in on Saturday, paid their final dues, and told not to return. For the past 3 years, this facility has offered free medical treatment to mainly the poor and displaced here in Mogadishu. Those who've had their treatments disrupted by its sudden closure are now forced to seek help elsewhere. Most of them end up here at the Turkish-run Adow hospital. Staff say they've seen an increasing number of patients in the past week. The Somali Ministry of Health says it's keen to take over and reopen the hospital.
Our plan was to reopen the hospital immediately if the Emiratis said they are out completely, which leaves our people in limbo, so they should quickly make up their minds.
Relations between Mogadishu and Abu Dhabi have been frosty since June last year, when Somali government leaders resisted pressure from the UAE and Saudi Arabia to cut ties and join the blockade imposed on Qatar. Last month, the UAE shipping company Dubai Ports World was banned from doing business in Somalia. Somali leaders condemned a UAE agreement with Ethiopia and the breakaway enclave of Somaliland to manage the port of Berbera. And 2 weeks ago, Somali police intercepted a plane chartered by UAE diplomats. Almost $10 million in cash was confiscated while the intended purpose of the funds was investigated. As tension continues to rise, it seems neither side is willing to back down. Mohammed, Adow, Al Jazeera, Mogadishu, Somalia.